Is there any advice you can offer me for how to approach somebody at a boat show that would be different than maybe approaching them at the show floor of my dealership? Well, if you're going to be representing the marine industry at one of the local boat shows this year, you're going to want to know, how do I approach somebody and what differences should there be in that approach versus somebody who's come to the show floor? Let me start by just identifying that there are three types of people who attend a boat show, and your approach should take into consideration all three types. The first category I'm going to call the lottery looky-loos. The lottery looky-loos are the people who find boats fascinating, and if they ever won the lottery, by God, they would love to own a boat. But until that happens, they have no intention. And then you have what I'll call the intenders, the people that, geez, I've wanted a boat, I intend on getting a boat, and at some point I see myself owning a boat. Followed by the active shoppers, those people who maybe are already boat owners or people who have made the decision, I'm getting a boat this year. Now, between those three groups, each one will have different questions and obviously different levels of intentionality when you're talking to them. And so for you, the professional at the boat show, being efficient with your time and effective with the information you can communicate is going to be really important for you maximizing the opportunity that a boat show can provide for you. Let me give you some advice on how to figure out which of the three I'll be talking to. When approaching somebody at a boat show, one of the things I would ask early in that conversation, and I mean early meaning within the first 30 seconds, is I might ask them, which of the three actually are they? And you can do this really casually, and you can do this, in a very nonchalant way by simply introducing the idea that there are in fact these three groups. And it could sound something like this. I could say, folks, can I share with you that in my conversations with people here at the boat show so far, I found that most people are kind of one of three. And I'm curious which one you'd be. And they say, sure, what's that? Well, some people I'm talking to I've labeled them the lottery lookers. They are looking at boats, and gosh, if they ever win the lottery, they plan on buying one. But until that happens, they don't really have any intention. They just find boats fascinating. They find the technology fascinating. That's why they come to the show. Other people are intenders. They intend on getting a boat. It's their plan to do so. Part of why they're here is to see some boats and compare and get some information. And then others are active shoppers, where they're like looking for the deal, they're looking for the incentives, they're looking for the programs, they're comparing because they're taking a boat on the lake here soon. Can I just ask you guys, what information would be helpful to you today? What information brought you to the boat show? Now, if I ask people, hey, there's three groups of people, those who are kind of looking around and kind of, hey, one day if, the people who are actually intending on doing something, and when it comes, when they find the right boat, they plan on doing something. And then, of course, the active shoppers who are here looking for the programs and the incentives and the offerings. Which would you want more information on while you're here? Now, this phrasing, if I wanted to, is a very soft phrase because I'm not saying which one are you. You could ask that. That's a little bit more direct, but I could just say, which one would you want more information on? And what will happen is the person will then self-identify. They'll tell you which category they are, which will obviously then tell you which direction to take the next step of your sales process. I'm Jonathan Dawson. I'm the founder of Sellchology. At the MRAA Dealer Week in December of 2024, I led a sales pathway on how to introduce objections so you didn't have to overcome them. And this is just a little bit of what we talked about at Dealer Week. If you are not a member of the MRAA, but you are in the Marine Retail Association network, please consider joining and becoming an active member. And we hope to see you at the next Dealer Week. Thanks.